Chapter 214, Spirit Golden Core. There was a type of power in this world. They did not fight and kill, nor did they trade physical items. They only sold information. They would sell valuable information. For a person like the blood-robed old ghost who had been a hot topic of discussion recently, any bit of information on him was valuable, especially to his enemies. The Yi family has a bounty of 10,000 spirit stones for his whereabouts. Hurry up and send the news back. This blood-robed old ghost is too arrogant. He offended our flower room, so we will sell you to death. Communication talismans lit up and shot out like meteors. Sanchi had not gone far, and some of the factions selling information learned of his appearance. I wonder what kind of enemies I will attract. To Yi family, Vajra sect, or the Sky Demon cult's deputy cult master. As he thought to himself, he deliberately slowed down and landed in the forest. His aura quickly converged and became calm. He was cultivating the turtle breathe technique. Compared to teleportation talismans and battle puppets, this technique was very useful when you wanted to kill enemies. The 9-Yang Divine technique is proactive. This spell focuses on silence and can be combined with the Grand Moon visualization method. His powerful comprehension allowed Sanchi to quickly find the trick. The violent dharmic powers in his body gradually calmed down, like the setting of the sun. As he walked in the lush forest, the aura on his body became weaker and weaker. As his nomological power converged, he looked like a mortal for a moment. Suddenly, there was a chill behind him. A cold wind blew, and a bloody mouth pounced out onto him in the wind. This mouth seemed to have waited for a long time and treated him as prey. It bit him cleanly without any unnecessary actions. Sanchi resisted the urge to use his nomological power and did not explode. However, he despised the stench in this mouth and turned to look at the black shadow. In his reaction and vision, the movements of the black shadow that launched a sneak attack seemed to have been slowed down. In his eyes, he clearly saw a colorful tiger with sharp teeth. When the tiger's mouth was half a foot away from Sanchi's neck, a hand grabbed his neck first. Under the powerful impact, Sanchi's hand did not move at all. Crack, he gently exerted strength and the tiger's neck was broken. It screamed in pain and fell to the ground. It struggled but could not get up. It was obvious that the tiger would not survive. There's also a problem with using the turtle breathe technique. It's easy to be mistaken for a weakling, so this stupid tiger didn't notice. Sanchi muttered. He was very satisfied with this effect. He deliberately revealed a trace of his aura, forming a circle of pressure. Immediately, rustling sounds appeared in the nearby forest. Many of the wild beasts that were prepared to catch what they thought was a cicada or oriole behind were frightened and retreated. On Sanchi's journey, no ordinary wild beasts came to disturb him. His crowd control ability increased exponentially. In the past, he could be said to be a sword that showed off his sharpness, but now, he is able to restrain his sharpness. This was an improvement. If the sword was too strong, it would break easily. After all, lonely person would not grow for long. Be it the 9-Yang Divine technique or the pure Yang scripture, both had already entered the stage of harmonizing yin and yang. According to Yi Wenzhan's experience in Nascent Soul, the key to the Golden Core to Nascent Soul realm was the coexistence of yin and yang. Only by merging with the great Tao of heaven and earth could one break through the bottleneck and transform into a nascent soul. Apart from the principles of yin and yang, Sanchi's cultivation speed had always been too fast. Although his growth pattern was rough, he could finally deeply control these powers. The turtle breathe technique did not have much combat strength, but at this moment, it was like a key that opened the door to a new stage of cultivation. Sanchi gained more and more insights. His entire body was in a state of enlightenment. The sense of time passing in the outside world disappeared. Unknowingly, a long time had passed and it was already dark. The night did not affect cultivators like him. Sanchi continued to walk through the mountains like a mortal. His entire person blended in, bringing with him a unique charm. Brilliant light bloomed from his glabella. It was as silver as the moonlight and as dazzling as a bright moon. The spiritual energy, his sea of consciousness bold and gathered crazily towards his lunar star. The latter's light became brighter and brighter. Its body began to shrink and spin. The familiar scene was very similar to the time when he condensed his golden core. However, his spiritual strength was very special. It could not be replenished by directly absorbing spiritual qi from the outside world. It had to be transformed by the combination of Sanchi's essence qi and nomological power. Even though it was only a spirit star, its transformation speed was very slow. It could not compare to Sanchi's first golden core. Fortunately, his cultivation was deep, his body was strong, and he had a solid foundation. The entire process was slowly and steadily advancing, and his spiritual strength was undergoing a transformation. The space between his eyebrows flickered. If he stood closer, he would look comparable to the ninth moon. In the middle of the night, Sanchi's entire body trembled. The light between his brows converged, and a powerful psychic power erupted, forming a spirit storm that caused the nearby void to fluctuate. The vegetation was shattered by an invisible force. Swoosh! A pair of eyes that were as bright as the moon appeared in the night. They contained powerful mental power, which caused his blonde hair to dance in the wind, making him look especially elegant. Ding, congratulations on cultivating the Grand Moon visualization method to perfection. You have been rewarded with one chance to draw the lottery. A system notification sounded in his ears. Sanchi sighed in his heart. My spiritual strength has finally broken through and condensed a special golden core at the spiritual level. Nomological power could form a pill, and spiritual strength could also form a pill. However, the difficulty was much higher. After all, spiritual strength could not directly absorb and refine spiritual qi. It relied on other forces to help. Therefore, the power of his spirit golden core was far above that of ordinary golden cores. He could even kill cultivators below the golden core realm with a thought. Such cultivators with powerful spiritual strength were very terrifying. When they cast spells, their power would be inferior to other cultivators with inferior spiritual strength. In the Heavenly Ghost sect, only Old Man Nightmare could condense a spirit golden core at the golden core realm. Therefore, when he risked his life, he could affect the nascent soul realm with his divine thoughts. Other cultivators did not achieve this when they were at the golden core realm, especially Old Man Nightmare, who had reached this stage when he was at the perfected golden core realm. The Yin Spirit Golden Core has been formed and my spiritual strength has increased greatly. It's not a burden anymore. Sanchi revealed a smile. Previously, his spiritual strength evaluation was only 4 stars. Now, it had soared to 6 stars. He continued to adjust his physical and spiritual strength, condensing them into one, like primordial chaos. Perhaps his spiritual strength had broken through, and, unknowingly, his imperishable golden body primordial chaos chapter had also reached perfection. Unfortunately, this part was incomplete, and he did not get the chance to draw the lottery. The Chaos Essence chapter has ended. Let's take a look at the second level of the imperishable golden body. With a breakthrough in his spiritual strength, Sanchi was temporarily fine. He took out the imperishable golden body and tried to open the second page. Without any difficulty, he opened it. Yin-Yang chapter, Mixadu and gave birth to Yin and Yang, and its power was limitless. Sanchi was stunned. Indeed, the great Tao was interlinked. While Sanchi was studying the second volume of the imperishable golden body, a pair of black eyes were observing Sanchi, who was walking like a mortal from afar. What is this old man doing? Reading books, confusion surfaced in his eyes. This dignified golden core cultivator was actually not flying in the sky. Why did he come up to the ground to walk on the soil? And he was still reading. His condition is a little strange. Could it be that this old ghost is cultivating? It doesn't matter if as pretending to be a god or a ghost. Act according Toplin. Soon, 2 assassins with killing intentions approached Sanchi in the darkness. Sanchi, who was in an ethereal state, sensed something amiss and did not raise his guard against it. These 2 people had worked so hard to trace him here, so he had to give them a chance.